Okay, today I'm going to show you guys how to install and sight in the Light-Stryke laser bow fishing sight by Finfinder Bowfishing. This thing's pretty cool. Let's get started here, not waste any time. You're going to get two mounting screws with this, and it's important that you know they're different. They're two different styles. You have one that has a round set screw head on it, and that's going to fit in the slot with it's grooved out, so it fits right in there, and that gives you a little bit of adjustment. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to set this up with an AMS retriever and without. It basically works the same for every bow, whether it be a recurve or a compound. It doesn't really matter. The spot with the slot for this set screw, you always want that to the top of your bow, and I'm going to show you why when we get going here. But just get that in there, get that kind of started. You don't have to just tighten it down right away. Just get her in there finger tight. And you take your other screw and that just recesses down in the hole. So we'll get this baby going here. Get them just a little bit snug. That's all you got to do. And then what I like to do is you really want this sight down as close as you can get to the arrow. So I always just kind of pivot it down so I can get it nice and straight. And we'll tighten them babies up. We'll be ready to move on to the next step. There we go. We're ready to go. Now, you get some two-sided tape with your trigger, and it works, but it won't last for the long haul. So what I do is I use some electrical tape, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to run our trigger wire up and around, kind of out of the way, just like that, so it ain't hanging down in your way. You want to go up and over, and we'll get that to the front here. And then I take some electrical tape. Find the end here. There it is. And then I start out by, you can see there's a rough side and a smooth side. I put the rough side in. And then I just tape the wire. Wrap it around the wire just like that. So now you have your wire. It's the only thing to tape. If you go and you put this on here and you touch one of the triggers with the tape, it'll end up being on the whole time. So I like to tape just the wire, get that nice and snug, and then make sure it's in a spot where you like it to touch the trigger. Then I go right on the bottom here. There's three actual triggers inside of here. There's one at the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom. Now you want to make sure you're underneath the one at the bottom, and you just want to, I'll see, I'm on it, so it's turning it on. So you want to make sure I go a little bit lower. There we go. And then tape this on. Get it nice and straight. There. Now your trigger works, and you're ready to go. Actually, I don't have it ready. It's kind of, this tape is still catching. So just a little bit of adjustment. Slide that tape back off of there a little bit. Alright, now we pulled it off. We'll do it again here real quick. It's pretty important that this is an important part. Just like that again. Make sure the light ain't coming on. Tighten it up. Alright, now we're ready to go. Now it turns on and off. If you have that tape a little too far up onto the trigger, you'll end up pushing the trigger and it'll kind of keep it on and it won't turn off. But we're set there. So we're ready to go. Now, if you were going to use a spin cast reel, you would just put your spin cast reel seat in there. I got this one set up for a float system, but I use a retriever on some of my bows, so we're going to set that up real quick. Now you have two screws in the two holes in the very back that are threaded, and what that allows you to do is put your AMS bracket on there. Now, when you usually put the AMS bracket on, it's like this for your adjustment. When we put it on this, we turn it backwards. And that'll allow you to have enough movement to the front to adjust your settings on your retriever so you can get that set. Alrighty. Tighten them down. Ready to go there. Put your retriever bracket on. Get it started. Now you see you can, I got enough room to move that way forward so you can mount your reel on there. I'll get this baby on there. Now, you're ready to go. Got your trigger, your retriever, and you're all set, and your light works on and off. So we're set up. That is the basic setup. A couple things I want to show you now with sighting this in. There's a lot of adjustment on here for elevation and windage. Elevation, which is up and down, will be adjusted by this front one right here. Here it is. Okay, and then that'll allow you to move this up and down. Windage, which is right and left, that is done right here on the bottom one. I always grabbed the wrong one here. And now you can move right and left. Pop it on, there you go. So them are your basic adjustments. Them adjustments will get you close when you go and sight this thing in. The other two things that it has is on the very top and on the side of the laser it has a set screw. This will give you even more adjustment and really lets you fine-tune to get this thing sighted in. Because I know a lot of guys were telling me, oh, I got it over as far as I can go to the right and I can't go anymore. Well, if you go onto the side of it there and you adjust, that gives you, I don't know, 6 to 10 more feet of adjustment. So there is a lot of adjustment. So we got this set. We're going to go out. We're going to shoot some arrows into the target. You can shoot it into the ground, whatever. I always sight this thing in and get familiar with the adjustments before I ever go out on the water. So we'll sight it in. We'll be on the target. We'll get it sighted all in. Then we'll go out to the water. And what I do is I sight this thing in basically every time. A laser is a straight line. So you can't say that it's sighted in at 6 feet and at 20 yards is going to be the same, because your arrow moves in a trajectory up and down. Laser does not do that. It goes straight. Even if you have a laser on your pistol, you basically sight it in for your average shot. So that's exactly what we do here. We'll go out, we'll say we're going to be shooting fish tonight, and I'm going to be shooting them 6-7 yards out in front of the boat in about 2 feet of water. That's what I'll do. I'll take a jug, I'll sink it out 2 feet of water, go back 6 yards, sight it in, perfect. Get it done, rock and roll. Next time I go out, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be shooting a little bit closer to the boat, but the water's going to be deeper. Same thing. I drop the jug down to average depth, which probably, 3-4 feet, and I'm going to be shooting 4 yards from the boat. Average shot. I sight it in dead on, perfect there. Now you're fairly good to go most of the night. So, like I said, we're going to go out, we're going to sight it in on the target. We'll show you that. Then we're going to go out, we're going to sight it in into the water. We're going to get you guys so you know exactly what you're doing with the sight. You'll find it is a lot more enjoyable, and it is sweet as butter when the thing works. So we'll get her done.